You've probably all had a Manhattan before, some of you probably before breakfast, but if you've never had a Manhattan's Creole cousin, then stick around. Hello folks, Rob Dreemeyer here. Welcome to Broadway Barfly. Today we're making an A La Louisiane, or a De La Louisiane, depending on your source. The A La Louisiane is a very old cocktail. It was actually the house drink at Restaurant A La Louisiane in New Orleans, which opened all the way back in 1881. The recipe for the cocktail first showed up in print in 1937 in a book titled Famous New Orleans Drinks and How to Mix Them. It sits between two of my favorite vintage cocktails, the Vieux Carré, which also comes from New Orleans, and the Manhattan, which is my go-to. In spite of similarities, the A La Louisiane sort of fell to the wayside, and I suspect that's because it has a little bit of absinthe in it. For years, absinthe was banned for sale because it was thought to be hallucinogenic and had been tied to some really gruesome murders. But that's for another video. The A La Louisiane is made with rye, sweet vermouth, Benedictine, Peychaud bitters, and a couple dashes of the green fairy. Oh, that's what they used to call absinthe. The original recipe called for equal parts of the rye, sweet vermouth, and Benedictine, but that's an awful lot of Benedictine. So I'm going to be making a more contemporary version published in the PDT cocktail book, and those proportions are more in line with the Manhattan. So let's take a trip down to NOLA. And there we have our A La Louisiane. Let's give it a try. Yeah, well, no surprise here. I've had these a couple of times before and I really like them. They're sweeter than a traditional Manhattan, and I would also say a little brighter because of the Benedictine and the Peychaud bitters. If you're a little unsure about the absinthe, don't worry about it. It doesn't get lost in here, but it's really a background flavor. It's sort of an accent, and you kind of have to hunt for it. But if you really like Manhattans, I think you should give this one a try. Until the next time, cheers.
If you enjoyed the video, why not give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends? Feel free to leave your comments and click that subscribe button because there's a lot more Broadway Barfly to come.